Well, thank you for coming this evening. As you know, my name is John Singer. I'm the facilitator with LaVorte, and I met with you both groups in the homes privately to talk about this meeting tonight. And I would appreciate it if you would tell us how you would like to be addressed this evening.
I'm Terry.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Mary.
I'm Pat.
And I'm Marty.
Well, thank you. And I also want to thank you all for arranging to be here this evening. I know when I spoke to these folks, they could not meet on a Wednesday and a Saturday afternoon. And when I met with you, you could only meet on a Wednesday and a Saturday afternoon. And so it was very helpful as we exchanged phone calls to be able to come together this evening, and I want to thank you for that. Before we go any further, I want to cover a point that we did cover in the home, and that this is a voluntary process and that you would be agreeing to that. Is that correct?
Yes.
All of you agree to that? Okay, well, thank you very much. I want to tell you briefly, as we did in the home as well, what restorative justice is and why we're here. There's harm come from the situation, and Jamie is dealing with juvenile probation for that incident. And you have received some harm as a result of that. And the purpose of this meeting is not to deal with the consequences for breaking the law, but to address the harm that came to you as a result of the backpack and the contents therein. Okay? I appreciate that. Any questions?
No.
No.
Okay. Way we would like to be this evening is to be respectful of one another. And in order to do that, we have some ground rules. Let me lead the meeting. As I said earlier, I'm the facilitator, not to make decisions for you. No interruptions. We respect each other as they're talking because we all will get a chance to talk. There'll be no shouting, hollering, swearing, or put-downs. We know there will be emotions, and those emotions are expected. But being respectful for one another is something that we would ask of you. And then also ask that everyone be truthful. Can we agree to those stipulations?
Yes.
Thank you, appreciate that. Let me give you an overview of what we're going to be doing in this meeting as I explained to you when we met in the homes. We're going to have a facts and feelings part of the meeting where Jamie will explain to you, Marty, everything about the incident. You'll have a chance to summarize and ask questions, and then you will tell her how you were impacted by the incident, and she will summarize for clarity and maybe have questions for you. And after you two have had an opportunity to talk about the incident, we'll ask the parents. And I always compliment the parents. It's difficult to be going through a process like this, I'm sure, but you're here supporting your children, and that's important, and we do appreciate that. After the parents have talked, we'll have just an open conversation. Be sure that everybody is clear about how they've been impacted emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, physically, or whatever, before we move on to the next part of the meeting, which would be how to address the harm, out-of-pocket expenses that you had as a result of this backpack incident. And then we're going to talk about what's next. How do we proceed after this meeting is over? Can we expect anything to happen from Jamie's point of view again? And does she expect that there would be any retaliation from you as a result of coming together in this face-to-face meeting? Is that understandable? Do we have any questions before we proceed?
I don't.
Anybody? Okay. Well, then let's start with you, Jamie. And please direct your questions to Pat and Marty so that they understand where you're coming from, and tell us about the incident from your perspective.
Well, I'd been having a really bad week, and I just got into a fight with my friends that morning, and I was running late to class, and I saw a backpack sitting alone in the hallway, and I wasn't even thinking. I just kind of grabbed it, and I didn't know that it was your backpack. Like, it wasn't any attack directed towards you. I just saw a backpack in the hallway and grabbed it, and after school I saw that there was money in it, so I went and got some some CDs that I'd wanted, and then I tried to use the credit card that was in it, and that's when I got arrested. And I had to stay at the police station for a while, and I'm on probation now. I've been doing community service, and my parents grounded me for a long time. But I just wanted to say that I'm very sorry. I know that what I did was wrong, and it wasn't a personal attack against you at all. I didn't know whose backpack it was, and I wasn't trying to hurt you. I wasn't thinking, and I made a really stupid choice, and I'm sorry for that.
That's a lot, Marty. Can you pick up the key points of what she said and kind of summarize for her?
So what I'm hearing that she said, Jamie, is that you had a bad week and you was fighting with some of your friends. And basically, you was late for school and you just seen a backpack with no name or anything and you just grab it. And then you went out and you bought some CDs and stuff, but you are sorry. And this is your first time and you went down to the police station and everything and you dealt with that ordeal.
Is that pretty clear?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. Marty, do you have any questions for Jamie?
Yes, when you look in the backpack, because my name and stuff is in the backpack, it never dawned on you to call or take it to the counselor or anything like that to turn it in? It's just the fact that you just wanted to spend the money, you just seen the money, and that's what enticed you to go buy some CDs?
Well, I wasn't looking for money when I saw the backpack, and when I opened it, I honestly didn't look for names. I guess I didn't really want to know. I didn't want to think about it. So I just kind of ignored everything but the money that I saw in it.
I know, Jamie, I seen you in my class a couple of times and you hang around these girls, and I don't know, I seen you laughing and everything. I'm new to the school and I don't have no friends and everything, and I went through an incident in class and everybody just thought it was funny. So when I went home and told my mom, I just thought that I was target because, you know, my skin is different than your skin and everything, and you hang out with these girls. My mom is a single parent, and financially, you know, it's really, really hard, and that money meant really a lot to her. And I was brought up to be respectable and everything. I was scared to come to this meeting, you know, thinking that I would get some retaliation and everything, but when I look at you, I'm not scared anymore. You're just like me, regardless of, you know, where we came from and everything. And I feel sorry that you was at the police station and stuff, but I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that, you know, this incident, you know, that you learned something from this incident and everything, and you don't, you know, judge people and all that, and next time something happened like that, that you will look at, you will stop and look at it and turn it in and everything. And that's what I want, Mom. I just want her to understand, you know, she may not understand that we was in a financial crisis or anything, but I just want you to understand what I went through and what I'm going through in school and everything and stuff.
Marty, could I go back a minute here? I heard something in your comments about a question you had for Jamie. And I think you were questioning whether or not you were targeted because of your skin color. And I wondered if you were looking for an answer from Jamie for that.
Yeah, because I'm different, and I know that I'm the only one in that class who's, you know, black and everything. Did that have anything to do with it? Did you see my backpack in class before? I understand you said you didn't know it was my backpack, but that's just how I felt. I just felt that, you know, I was targeted because of my skin color.
It definitely didn't have anything to do with that. I really didn't mean it as a personal attack against you at all. I don't harbor any feelings against you at all, and I honestly had no idea whose backpack it was when I took it. And I'm really sorry if it came across that way. I don't hold any ill feelings against you at all. Like I said, it was a really dumb choice. I wasn't thinking, I just saw a bag and took it, but I didn't mean it to be a personal attack against you at all. And I'm really sorry that it came across that way.
Do you have any other questions for Jamie?
I guess the only question it's not a question, it's a concern, you know, I know you talked about agreement and everything, I just don't want you, I don't really know you, and I just don't want you to go back in school and tell them about this meeting and tell them, you know, about, you know, my mom's financial situation and all that. That's just, you know, because I feel like I'm already ostracized enough, so I just wanted to be between us. Can you promise me that you can do that?
Oh, I promise. I don't want this to go back to school either. I haven't even really told my friends about this. All they know is that I got in trouble and got grounded. I didn't tell them what happened. I didn't want them to know from my end either, so I would really appreciate it if it stayed between the two of us, and I promise that I won't go back and tell anyone what happened at the meeting.
Well, that's good. Marty, why don't you tell Jamie how you were impacted by this?
Just like I said, you know, we just came from a new town and everything. I don't have any friends. It just seemed like, you know, once I walked into school, everybody was just looking at me. I had hand-me-down clothes and everything. The $150 was to get me new clothes and make me feel better. I thought maybe I could fit in with everybody, and then the little boy at our classmate, he started teasing me and everything. That made me feel bad. And then with my backpack, I just thought that everybody was in cahoots, like everybody was laughing at me. I couldn't really sleep. I was scared to tell my mom. My textbooks was in there, and it was just embarrassing. My mom had to go to the counselor and, you know, ask him about my lunch ticket was in there, my bus ticket was in there, and my mom just started work. It wasn't even about the clothes. I was just feeling really sorry for my mom, because she's a single mom and everything, and we just struggling. And I don't know, you have both of your parents, and y'all look like y'all have nice clothes on, and, you know, I don't know, I was just feeling real bad, and I was just feeling like, you know, why my mom, we had to come to this school. Why can't people be respectable, regardless of the color of your skin, regardless of what kind of clothes you wear and everything? I just wanted to fit in. I just wanted to fit in just like everybody else. I see you with your friends and y'all laugh and everything. I just want to laugh too. I just wanted to be a part of something. And then with this incident, it just made me isolated and just feel lonely, like I can't trust anyone and everything. And to sit across from you and hear your story and everything, I feel that we have more in common than, you know, than we have in disagreement and everything. So I'm glad that I came to this meeting, because I was apprehensive about, you know, meeting you. Because I thought, you know, you'd tell your friend you're retaliating against me, and I just can't deal with that. My mom is under enough financial pressure. I don't need to go home and, you know, tell my mom this and tell my mom that. But I feel much better now. I feel much better coming to this meeting and knowing that, you know, you're sorry. Because I feel that, you know, you're really sincere, and, you know, you look like you have nice parents and stuff. So, you know, thank you.
That's a lot, Jamie. Can you just give us a little bit of summarizing what she said, how she's feeling about the incident?
Sure. You just came, you're new to the town, and it was really hard for you going to a new school and not knowing anybody, and my actions only made you feel more ostracized than you already did, and it put a really great financial strain on you and your mom, and it made adjusting even more difficult than it would have been otherwise.
Do you have any questions for Marty?
I don't think I have any questions. No.
Okay. Parents, what would you like to say?
Well, I thank you for your honesty, Marty and Pat. We just want to say that we are terribly sorry. I think when we heard Jamie was arrested, we went the whole range of emotions, from, you know, anger to questioning our own parenting, to saying, you know, we didn't raise our child this way. We raised her to be respectable to other people, and you know, we taught her right from wrong, and this is clearly wrong. And so we were, you know, after the disbelief, we were angry, and then we just thought we'd let her stew down at the police station for a while. So we thought maybe we would just, you know, we didn't go down right away, and then we grounded her. I grounded her for a year, but
Yeah, I told him that was a little
my wife told me that was a little
unrealistic.
more, a little too much. But so we are very sorry that this happened to you, being new to the community. like you are. And it has brought a lot of shame on me as a pastor, a local pastor here. So we're very grateful for this process that does have confidentiality in it. And so please accept our apologies as parents.
Pat, anything you want to say?
Yes, at first I was angry. I was angry at you, Jamie, and I didn't even know who you were. I was just angry at someone for having done this. Moved into the community, and Marty mentioned she didn't have friends yet, and I don't either. I've been working. I got a new job in the town. So it was a financial strain, and it was embarrassing to go to the school counselor and ask for assistance. They were generous, and they let us have lunch ticket money. Actually gave us lunch tickets, not money, and gave us bus tickets so that Marty could get back and forth to school, and let us borrow textbooks. Do you have the books, Jamie?
No, I don't have the backpack anymore. When I got picked up by security, they took it, so I don't have the bag.
Oh, okay. So we don't know how to get the bag back.
I don't know that, no.
Well, that's something I can call the officer who came to us and see. I'll do that on your behalf to see if that bag can be returned to you, or the textbooks wherever they are.
Please do, because the bag is sentimental value. My mom bought that for my 14th birthday, and we didn't have two nickels to rub together, but she surprised me for that. If you get the bag and you get the books and everything, then, we can work something out, right, Mom?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll follow up on that tomorrow.
I also think it's important for you, Jamie, to apologize directly to Pat, because, yeah, you took Marty's backpack, but, I hear Pat's comment that it really hit her too. So I know that you're sorry and you've expressed that, but it might be important for Pat to hear that.
I am very sorry to you too I know that's a financial strain, and I'm very sorry that my actions impacted you so negatively, and it won't happen again.
Well, I understand, Jamie, and I know that we all make mistakes, and sometimes just a quick decision, and we have such consequences afterwards. And I think you're a very fine person. I appreciate your being willing to come here. I didn't know what to expect. This is our first incident too. I'm glad
It's
you
ours
came.
also.
I hope it's our last.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
Okay, well, I appreciate your sharing. Is there anything anyone has to share before we move on to the next section?
Well,
Pat?
I would like some assurance before we really sign an agreement that if we don't get the backpack back, it will be replaced, and the textbooks.
We'll ensure that Jamie pays or buys you a new backpack, or somehow gets the new books from the school. We'll follow up on that to make sure that happens.
Definitely. Yeah.
Anything else, Marty, before we move on?
No.
Terry?
I'm just appreciative that you're as gracious as you are in this whole process.
And I sure hope we can get the backpack back, since it has sentimental value to you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you all for sharing. We're going to move on now to actually talk about what has been talked about a little bit here, excuse me, and that is the financial losses that came to Pat and Marty as a result of this. And, excuse me, would you explain what it is that you lost as a result of this backpack being taken in terms of material things and financial things, so we can have a clear idea of what we're talking about, how you might be, or what you might be asking them to reimburse you for?
My textbooks, it was 2 books, a binder, and a pencil holder. All that cost $80, and you could check the price at the school, because that's where we got the books from. My lunch pass was for 2 weeks, $2 a day, so it was $20. And my bus ticket was $25, cause it was a monthly bus ticket. And the backpack that my mom bought for my birthday, you said it was $40. And plus the $150 cash for the clothes.
It comes to about $335 if nothing was recovered. Is this something that you can identify with in terms of what you've used and what was taken? And
Yes.
talking about books and a binder and a pencil and a lunch pass, bus pass, the pack itself, and the cash. None of that's available at this moment, is that correct?
The CDs that I bought with the cash, I returned all of them. So that $150 I can return, and the rest I can work to pay off. I have been saving up my allowance and some babysitting money, so I can pay off some of that now and work to pay off the rest.
So if we can
Okay.
find the backpack down at the police station, if they'll release it, if they don't need it as evidence, then that will be the backpack and hopefully the books and all of that. Did you throw anything away? when you
No, I didn't
got
throw
rid of the
anything
bag?
away.
Okay.
Well, if I might shift over to here, how would you like these losses covered? What would you be looking for?
Mom, if they could get the backpack, which contained the books, the bus pass I can't use. The school gave me a bus pass, and the school gave me lunch tickets. So you don't have to worry about that unless unless my mom wanna reimburse the school, because we don't like to take hand-me-downs. So that's up to my mom. If you get the backpack and everything, we could take that bill off, but the $150, did you say that you have money saved? You work?
I returned all the CDs that I bought with the $150, so I can return that to you now.
Okay. So we could get the $150 today, and the other stuff, you know, the parents, they agreed that they're gonna try to get the backpack and everything, so.
And if that's not possible, again, we're very sorry because we know that has sentimental value. Maybe together we can go buy one that you would like, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, I could probably pick the girls up after school
You take them shopping and make sure, and then that'll come out of your allowance and your work, Jamie, for the next however long it takes.
Is that all right with you, Mom?
Yes, and the school did give us the lunch tickets, and the school did give us the bus tickets, so we can delete that from the bill.
I see a little complication here this evening in terms of not knowing whether the backpack and the books are available. How do you want to handle that this evening in terms of coming to an agreement?
Well, I do believe that they will reimburse us. I just want to have it in writing, that if the backpack doesn't show up at the police station, that within a week, we would have a backpack and books, because Marty does need the books.
Mhm.
Yes, because I'm borrowing books from the school.
So at this point, what's left to talk about are the books, the pack itself, and the cash. How are you going to handle that in terms of giving that back? Did you bring that this evening, or you did bring
I
that
did
this
bring
evening?
it, yeah.
Okay.
And so I will follow up on the backpack and the books
Mhm.
tomorrow, and within
Mhm.
the week, if they are willing to release, I suppose you might have to go down to the police station to collect that if they are willing to surrender that back to you. Otherwise, can we say maybe Thursday? If we don't have that cleared up, then we will, Mary will take you out to the store for the backpack and talk to the school about paying for the books.
Is that all right, Mom?
I can agree to that.
And if they're not there?
You mean
uh,
at the police
Right,
station?
that's $120
Yeah,
for those two items.
We will cover that, and we will make sure that Jamie contributes to that, but, because we know you need those right away, we as parents will cover that immediately, and then we will collect on Jamie.
So, we've determined that the school provided some lunch pass and some bus pass, and they're not looking for that. The backpack and the books could be at the police station worth $120, and you brought the cash of $150 with you this evening. And that by Thursday, you will have identified whether or not the backpack and books are at the police station, and if they are not, how soon will they get the $120?
By a week from today.
So by next Thursday, they'll be replaced either by getting them at the police station or buying new ones.
Is this
That's agreeable.
That's
something you
fair.
folks are comfortable with?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well, then I will put that down here in this agreement, that, the total amount of money that we're talking about, is $150 potential plus $120, or $270, and that, of that amount, $150 will be returned this evening to you, before we close here this evening. And that we will write in the agreement that the book, binder and pencil and pack itself will be returned if they are available from the police station. And if not, Jamie and Mary and Terry agreed to have to your house, or through LaVorp. How do you want to do that? Do you folks live near each other? Typically, things that are paid in terms of addressing the harm come through our office. But if there's something that was more amenable to you, we could do that. You're gonna get the $150 cash this evening, but the $120, if there is no backpack, actually, if you find the backpack and the books at the police station, I'm not so sure we want them in our office. Are you too comfortable meeting each other outside the
We live in the 400 block of
room?
West Elm. Is that, I mean, you don't have to tell us your location, but that's where we live, and we would be more than happy to drop them off at your house if you want, or you can
I
come
would
collect them.
appreciate that, because I
Okay.
work and I don't really know the town very well, I just moved here. So we can give you our address and,
But I don't know if the police will allow us to take their items.
Okay.
We
so
might have to see if the police will deliver them.
Maybe, yeah. I will follow up on
We'll-
that
we'll
and
definitely
let
make
you
it.
know if, and we can make transport available and go down together if you want, or one of us can go along with Jamie and you, Marty, and Pat, if you're not working.
Well, if they don't find the backpack and the books and everything down at the police station, I really do like the idea of Miss Mary and Jamie and I going to the mall and buying a backpack together. And I don't know how that would work out with LaVorp, because I think that would give me and Jamie an opportunity, I mean, not to be friends, but, just get to know one another. So I like that, if that's okay with you, Mom,
it
and
sounds
if that's
good.
okay with y'all, and okay with LaVorp.
Yeah.
And the,
Okay with that?
and the same thing with the books, I'll stop when I take, Jamie to school, I'll stop in the office and buy the books for you if we have
Okay.
to replace those.
Okay, that'd make it easier. for
Well, it
everybody.
sounds to me that you would like to do some things outside this meeting this evening, which we could detail in the agreement, but it's going to require some communication. Are you comfortable giving each other phone numbers?
Yeah, I can give you a card of mine,
Mhm.
and there you can contact me at any time and make sure that we can work with your schedule.
Thank you. Do you have a pen or something to write on? I'll give you my phone number.
Okay. Can I borrow your pen?
Sure.
Okay. My number,
Oh,
You can give them one of those cards, but you
Okay.
need two cards.
put it on.
my number is 464-6001, and you can reach me at that number
Okay,
more easily about 5:30 in the evening.
okay,
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be my pen there. Thank you. Okay, well, what we have in the agreement then, again, is the $140, which will be returned here this evening in cash, $150, I'm sorry. And then we have the backpack and the books, which we're indicating by next Thursday, this will be settled.
Yes.
And that you will be receiving either the $120 or the backpack and the books. And if they're not returned, and you get the cash, then you folks will arrange to go and buy another backpack with the cash and also the books. And I can just write that right in here, that this will be worked out between you. Is that
Okay.
satisfactory to everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
And either party is free to come back to us and say, it's not working out, can we get together again and smooth this out or find out what went wrong? But as long as nothing occurs to disrupt this, we would like to have confirmation back from one of you that in fact this part of the agreement was fulfilled, because we will be keeping that open as an open item in our office back at Levorp.
Well, I have your phone number and a phone call will do with it.
Sure.
Okay.
Mhm. We just need to know that you've fulfilled both your obligations as you agreed here this evening.
Well, I expect you'll get a call on Friday, because I think it will happen.
And
Thank you.
please, Pat, if any time this is another issue, you can come directly to me or Mary, and we can have a discussion with Jamie. We hope that there's no more of this, but actually the friendship between the two of you can come out of this.
Thank you.
I know, Mr. Singer, in the beginning, I said that I wanted the family, that you to put it in writing, that it won't be no retaliation or anything, or she won't go back and tell her friends, but I just will take your word for it, because I'm just confident that, you will do what you say, so.
Thank you, I will.
But you've just got me into my next part of the meeting, because that's what we were going to talk about. This agreement that I mentioned to you before, it talks about building trust for the future. And we would ask Jamie if you have any intentions of offending Marty again, or anybody else for that matter.
No, I don't have
Okay.
any intentions of offending.
Because that we would fill in right here, and I'll do that. And the other part of it is, I think you've seen very well that Marty and Pat have not come to retaliate against you, but to address the harm and make things right. Can you understand that? And
Yes.
is that correct, what we
Yes.
accomplished here
Yes.
this evening? And that's part of this agreement too, is about attending the conference. They've shown that they're not going to retaliate, but just to make things right. And is there anything else that we need to include in this agreement?
I don't think so.
Other than the fact that you might get together to exchange cash or the book pack,
Well, I
and
thought
what
we were
have you?
gonna
Is there any need for a follow-up meeting?
I don't think so. I thought we were gonna get cash tonight.
Oh, yes, you are, yeah, after we sign the agreement, we'll get that cash.
Oh, okay.
Okay, You do have that with you, right? We
Yes.
clarified that, okay. So we completed the agreement, and so let me sign this agreement, and we'll pass it around for everybody else to sign. And a copy of this agreement will go back to the Levorp office, and they will send out copies to each of you, and also to the referring agency. In this case, it would be juvenile probation. And as I said, we monitor these agreements, so we have that $140.
$150.
Geez, why do I keep saying $140? $150. We can pass that on to Marty and Pat, and we appreciate that. And we will monitor this agreement in terms of the fact that the $150 has been paid, and that we'll have an open item, which somebody will call us and say, we have fulfilled the other part of the agreement, or now we need to get together again. Okay? There's no-
Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome. Thank you for meeting with me.
Closing comments, anybody?
Well, again, we would like to express our sorrow that this happened, but we do hope that you feel welcome in the community, and that you're welcome to our church at any time. If you need some help with something, please don't hesitate to call.
That's kind of you. I already feel better.
And I feel better too. I'm sorry that you had to go through the police station and everything, that, I know that probably was scary and stuff. I just, hope we just take this opportunity and just learn from this mistake and never do it again.
I definitely won't. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much. And when you get those agreements, there will be a form that comes with it that helps us evaluate our program and whether we can make changes or not, and learn of your satisfaction or dissatisfaction if you had any. Appreciate your sending that back to us so we have a record of how you might feel about the program. Marty, thank you. Pat, appreciate your comments. Mary, Jamie,